Nudging Metal by A.J. Van Belle. Afternoon sun caught the dust floating past the saloon balcony. Caleb wondered if the swirls of air were like the eddies of magic his employer, Ms. Perkins, used to move metal. Maybe the magic would spiral like dust motes, if you could see it. Ms. Perkins appeared at his elbow, a lemonade glass in one hand and a whiskey in the other. "Be ready," she hissed, so low only he could hear. "It'll be one man against three. Those aren't fair odds at all now, are they? I'll leave it to you to make sure the one on the side of right doesn't get hit." Caleb's mouth went dry and his heart fluttered like a butterfly flitting through milkweed. He probably should have been scared long before now. A 14-year-old boy working for a tough widow who had all the grown men in town afraid of her. Still, he liked helping on her ranch, especially now that she was teaching him metal magic. He could already move the mechanical arm clamped to her kitchen table with the power of his thoughts. It was as simple as reaching out with his mind, feeling the metal's shape and weight, and nudging it with his thoughts until it moved. But he wasn't ready to change the course of a bullet in midair. "You want me to make sure Billy doesn't get hit? I don't get it right every time. Sometimes it doesn't work." Ms. Perkins slid into a chair and pushed the lemonade in front of Caleb. "Don't worry your pretty head about that, my boy. That's why I'm here as backup." The saloon doors swung open, and a slim, unfamiliar man in black walked in. "Interesting." Ms. Perkins sipped her drink with a smile, and she stayed tight-lipped like a cat, but looked altogether too pleased. "I was expecting Billy Landers. What we have instead is someone else entirely." Caleb leaned forward, eager. "Never seen him before." The man in black moved smoothly like a snake, yet managed to look like he was afraid of nothing in the world. Caleb wanted to be like him one day. Miss Perkins did the funny, evil lift of one eyebrow she was fond of. "I have. I met him in Reno 8 years ago." The corner of her mouth twitched. "He won a duel, but he wasn't part of the conflict. He was a hired gun. And the person he shot in that duel was a friend of mine and my late husband's." She sipped her drink again and ducked her head. Maybe she didn't want the man in black to recognize her. The man in black stopped in front of Mr. Stokes, the rancher who'd sworn he'd own every head of cattle in the region one day. The man in black put his hands on his hips, showing off the steel glint of his gun's hilt. "I'm gonna need you to give back those animals you stole from Billy Landers."